Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Became Shinigami of Konoha, and yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this funny story, I was basically watched the whole damn movie of John Wick and Ballerina on YouTube through clips, and yeah, something kind of interesting happened. I really wanted to make something akin to that, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this short movie, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and do let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this, and follow me on my Metaverse channel as well, and hopefully I will be able to upload something there today because it's been 2 days I haven't done anything there. So yeah, enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins in Konoha, Gakure no Sato, a week after the QB attack. As we go towards the Hokage office, it was nighttime and Hiruzen Sarutobi was standing there wearing the Hokage robes that he once wore before, and now was forced to revere. As he was watching the village through the window, it was under reconstruction. There were lights dimly lit across the village, and the people were getting used to their normal life after the horrific incident that happened 1 week ago on October 9th. While on the other side, there was a knock on the door. "Come in," said Hiruzen without looking back, as the door opened and closed again, and footsteps were heard with a cane as those footsteps came to a halt next to Hiruzen. "Greetings, Hiruzen. Nice evening we're having here." "Yes, Danzo. It is indeed a nice evening. Do tell what I can do for you, my dear." "I want to train Naruto." "What? Why?" said Hiruzen, looking towards him for a brief moment before looking straight. "I have told my reasoning before in the council chamber, but you have ignored. Konoha needs someone. Someone that will be able to hunt, someone who will be able to attack, someone who our enemies would think 3 times before engaging with us. And you think that someone will be Naruto? I told you that I don't agree with your methods, and I can't make the child's life living hell. He will be in a path of blood as well as agony before even his life starts. You have to agree that no matter what we do, that will be always the case. But we can give him a normal life if you bend a few rules." "What do you mean by that?" said Hiruzen with a raised eyebrow. "You can change when the Genins are enrolled into the forces. Increase it by 2 more years at the age of 15. That will delay a lot of Genins and Chunins, and they will be able to gain and learn more. 2 years of advanced experience in Forest of Death and whatnot. In this way, they will be able to learn and adapt as well as gain more experience outfield instead of just sitting for 13 years in the class." That could work. But why do you have to tell me again that I should allow Naruto to be trained under you? Because I won't. You know how Konoha survived so far, Hiruzen? Because of people like you, me, and those who have sacrificed themselves. Because we betted our all in our prime time for the safety of this village. But what our problem was that we were never taught properly. Not one bit. We were given the minor techniques and basics and then left our own devices in the outer world to challenge and tackle it. I want something much more advanced. I want to create a monster who everyone else shall fear." "You're thinking of creating a god that one might fear?" "Yes. I want to create a Shinigami. A Reaper? Yes. Someone that will be feared across the elemental nations. And you think that Naruto is the perfect candidate. Why? Because he is like clay, waiting to be molded. His life already is set on a dangerous path. As you said, the masked person is still out there hunting for him because he promised Minato that he would be back. And on the other side, the civilian council know that he's a Jinchuriki, and what do you think will happen? They will make sure, even if they can't hurt him or kill him, they will make his life living hell. Do you want that to happen to the child and let him be traumatized? Let me raise him in a atmosphere that will be different. He will be safe, but trained from the beginning. I know he is son of Minato and Kushina, but he is also their prodigy. Both of them had their own talents, and Naruto is the perfect part of them. That is why I am hell-bent on getting him to be trained under me. Alright, I see your reasoning. The people of Konoha, they are known to hold a grudge aside from their will of fire. I will allow it, but you would have to let me see his training. You can trust me with that, old friend. Thank you. And so, the infant child, Naruto Uzumaki, was given to Danzo Shimura, as Danzo brought him into his lair, where the life of the child would begin. Now we have a time skip of 6 years later as we go towards the Forest of Death, in which we see a huge boar. A wild boar was chasing someone ferociously, and someone was running as fast as he could. The said person was a small child at the age of 6, with blonde mop of hair and tan skin and blue eyes. His skin was covered in dirt because he had been left there to survive for the past 3 days, and currently he was being chased by a wild boar on the very second day that he had arrived. As suddenly seeing that the trees were in front of him, the child jumped and did a backflip while the boar smashed his head into the tree. While mid-air, the child redirected his body using his momentum and threw the knife straight to the skull, which pierced through the skull and stabbed him, causing the boar to go limp. As the kid landed, he was now panting heavily. Suddenly a clapping sound was heard. Good job, Naruto. You done good. What? But I still have one more day, Danzo-sama. This is more than enough what we need to see. No. I want to complete it. Said Danzo with a smirk. Alright then. One more day it is. And so, after the 3 days were completed, Naruto returned with tusks of the wild boar and a lot more experience. He was not only covered in dirt but somewhat of blood as well. He has survived wild animals and nature on his own at such a young age. And Danzo was happy. He submitted a report even to Hiruzen, as now we see Danzo was standing in front of Hiruzen. Are you insane? Letting him stay into the Forest of Death on his own with a knife for 3 days. It was a test, and my envoys were still there. If things got too out of hand, they would have intervened. But if he got injured, he wouldn't have. I made sure of that. And that wild boar was placed by me, myself, to make encounter with Naruto. Still, it was a huge boar, Danzo, and that was reckless. I know. But it has given me intel and much more assurance that Naruto, he has the instincts of a true killer. Fine. Go on with it. And so, now we see Naruto endured torture training, being beaten to a bloody pulp and still not giving any information. Hardened to the point that no pain was effective on it altogether. And then, he was training in pure sheer taijutsu without the usage of chakra in chakra suppressor seals, which weakened him, and he was told to strike these wooden logs. It continued for almost a few months as Naruto punched hot sand as well as the wooden logs, so much so that in the end, the whole floor was shattered because of him doing this naked feat, and his bone structure was hardened after breaking and mending again and again and again. Without relying on his chakra, his body was becoming iron in its own right. Naruto training was getting advanced, as now we see Danzo was watching this from afar, as his 2 allies, more Koharu and Homura, who were there to witness after hearing the rumors, arrived. Are you sure about this, Danzo? You're making him into a lethal weapon, a twin-edged sword that can cut us if he goes wrong. He won't. I trust him. And I trust Konoha more than enough that they won't allow him to go rogue. But what if he does? Then we all might have a problem, gentlemen. Because the boy is able to currently take care of the Chunins and earlier Jonins in my route What? He's that talented? Currently, he's training with 18 chakra suppressors placed on his back, which means that even without chakra, the chakra suppressors are activated, making him even more weakened, and he's still training. And look what he's capable of doing. As Naruto punched, connected straight to the wooden post, causing cracks to rip through it. As everyone was shocked, he's stronger. Yes. I want to forge a blade, even if it is twin-edged, to the point that nobody would dare look at Konoha and think 3 times before attacking us. That is why such training. As after that, time passed as Naruto learned ninjutsu, fuinjutsu, as well as kinjutsu, and was given finally the mask. The mask of a skull, and wore an Anbu gear, codenamed Shinigami, and he was now going to live up to that thing. Naruto was given a task. The first task was to go to the land of fire. There was a minister, Uchiha, who has been framed that he was a corrupt politician and has been causing corruption there. Naruto's mission was simple: find proof, judge, and execute him, and give the proof later to Konoha. And so that is what Naruto did. Wearing the mask, he arrived there. As an Anbu was near him, he wore a dog mask. Are you sure you are up to this, kid? Affirmative. Permission to go? Yes. And so, they witnessed that 11-year-old kid wearing a skull mask disappeared. And what followed suit was nothing. Pure silence. The whole place was guarded, well guarded, so much so that not even a bird could flap its wing there. But Naruto, he entered without alerting anyone, and with a single swift strike, Ishida was killed. And his documents and shady dealing documents especially were taken. And then, within a few minutes, Naruto was standing next. Is it done? Yes. And suddenly the alarms blared. Ishida-sama has died! Look for assassin! We better get out of here. Aye. And so, Naruto as well as the dog mask Anbu, both of them disappeared. Back at Konoha, Naruto presented the reports as the form of Shinigami because nobody was told his identity. What everyone knew though was that he was a young child, and he has executed a minister from the land of fire. As now we see Naruto was back at the root base, training again into the field using the chakra suppressors, because that was the Naruto's only way to cope as well as get his mind off what he has done. As Danzo as well as the elders and Hiruzen were inside the office, listening to Inu and his testament. It only took him 5 minutes. Nobody was alerted. Only after once he returned and a few minutes passed of me and him conversing did everyone alert. My guess is that someone went inside to check up on him because it was too silent, and found him dead. Good. He needs to get better. What? It is already better as it is, Danzo. There are 2 more things I have in mind for him as a form of test. What? The sword of Raiji, Tobirama-sama's and Sensei's sword. It was stolen, and it needs to be brought back. But Hanma took it, right? Yes. Kojiro Hanma. And he will be found. Turns out I have been able to locate him. Where? He is within the borders of the Land of Fire as well as near Konoha with a bandit group of his. Alright. Then as his next assignment and as the Kage's order, it is up to him to hunt it down all alone. Are you sure about this, Okage? He's just a kid. A kid that is capable of going in and out silently. And so, Naruto was granted this mission, and he went and took down the whole big gang of the bandits, and then finally grabbed Ishida by the neck and dragged him all across the streets of Konoha to the point where inside the Hokage obviously threw him. Please, don't hurt me. What the hell is wrong with this kid? Who even is he? He is Shinigami. As Hanma was shaken to the core. Where is the sword, Raijin? Here, take it. Just take it. As he used the story scale seal placed on his arm as the sword appeared as he threw it, and Naruto took out his own katana, which was obsidian black, and stabbed straight through his heart. What have you done, Naruto? The order was to confirm kill. And besides, he disrespected the second Hokage and his legacy. Here you go, Hokage-sama. Apologies for the mess. You don't need to worry about it. It will be cleaned. I will be returning to the root base. No. You will be living with the Anbus, and will be given missions from there. Move to the Anbu base. Hi. And so, Naruto moved there, and Danzo arrived. I can say that the boy has succeeded. Yes. Your second test has been passed. He brought him here, dragged him here, and executed him in front of me. That is psychological warfare that I instilled within Naruto. No need to worry about anything. It was just him doing his job. I see. I have moved him to the Anbu quarters. I hope that is fine with you, Don. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? After all, the boy has proven himself that he is capable of carrying out missions. But I have one request. Permission to grant him missions as well. Alright, if they pass through me, then yes, alright. And so, Danzo began to use his root operatives to go and hunt for the test subjects, and Naruto was given the missions. One after the other, a lot of bad guys and bandits began to clear out within Konoha's territory, and a lot of gangsters, smugglers, and people like Gato were even killed before they became an even cause of mess. Which meant that Land of Fire was liberated as well as the others, and only one name stood out the most: Shinigami, the boy wearing the skull mask, the skull wearing Anbu. And this set terror in the hearts of the others, because they realized the Shinigami was operating in the territory of Konoha. While most of them were fearful, some of them were curious, especially one organization, Akatsuki. They were recruiting dangerous as well as deadly operatives for their own purposes. And this Shinigami figure set perfectly within their circle. As a meeting was going on in their hidden base in Amegakure, as we go there to see, Zetsu was the one adamant. We need this Shinigami figure. I do not know who he is, but he would be helpful. Then interrogate about him more, find out and approach him cautiously, of course. And so Zetsu tried. But what followed suit was his life cut short. Zetsu was killed. An organization known as Akatsuki, a bounty was placed on each and every one of its members, so much so that they had to disband and run on their own ways. And Zetsu, he had died already by encountering the Shinigami. As on the other side, the other elemental nation Kages and organizations and mobs, they were fearful. Because this new power that has now disturbed the balance between the good and evil, it needs to go. And so attacks on Konoha happened. Some explosions because of the explosive seals, a message sent out to Konoha and to Shinigami. But what followed suit was them unleashing a monster. Without taking any order, Shinigami went out on a hunt. Underground cafes, underground bunkers, everything related to the mafia and underworld was tracked and killed. Within 1 year of his campaign, he butchered down, plowed out everything, and tore through them by dissecting them one after the other. The families that stood tall and powerful now cowering in fear and hiding. They called him the Baba Yaga, the one who was sent to kill the boogeyman. The most terrifying person they have ever witnessed. In his hand, everything was a weapon, whether it be a stapler, pencil, or even an eraser. Everything was a weapon. And that was the most dangerous part. He had killed 3,000 men and women included, all elite and all dangerous, within a year. And that shook the whole power figures of the elemental nations, even the daimyos, to the core. Because the underworld has been wiped out clean almost. The most influential figures were hiding as Shinigami was brought back. by the request of the Kage, and once Naruto returned, his mask has been stained red, which has turned black, giving it a haunting look. So, please, son, I want you to stop. Negative, Okage-sama. The mission is clear. They sent out a message. I am going to end it. Nobody gets away without harming Konoha. You've done enough. The message has been sent. You basically dissected them and broke them, one after the other, piece by piece, son. There's no need to cause more harm and trouble. There won't be any trouble left once I'm done with it. What happened to the Akatsuki angle, if you don't mind me asking? You don't need to worry about that. Right now, all you need to worry about is your new life. What? Yes, you'll be moved to the Shinobi Academy. And we'll be studying as Naruto there. What? Why? As Naruto took off his mask. I am okay and perfectly fine as Shinigami. I have been trained since the beginning for this. My job is to protect Konoha and to make sure it's safe. I'm afraid so. But you haven't lived your life for your own sake yet, Naruto. You have to. And for that reason and that reason alone, you will be sent there. And so Naruto was sent to the academy. He arrived. He had an air around him that was mysterious and calm. Naruto took a seat next to the corner. As inside his class, Naruto immediately realized where the clan heads hid. A lot of them. And amongst them was some who he had saved. A few years ago, when the Uchiha massacre happened, while Naruto was on a mission, he had returned just now. He was able to save the twins, Sasuke and his sister Sasuke. The Uchiha twins were saved by him. As the girl was looking at him, the whole noon, until the break time happened, Naruto went and sat under a quiet tree and began to eat his dumplings that he has brought. As Sasuke arrived, I think I know you. No, you don't. Satsuki-san, how do you know my name? Everyone is aware of the Uchiha twins. The tragedy that happened. It was a murder. If it wasn't for that Shinigami, we would not have been alive. He must have been doing his job. He said the same thing to me. As Naruto got up and was about to leave, suddenly she grabbed his hand. As on instincts, Naruto was about to attack, but he stopped, controlling himself just in the second. As she rolled up his sleeve and found a cut there. This was a cut that her brother caused. So it is you. As Naruto grabbed her by the mouth and slammed her against a tree, his eyes turning cold blue. If you speak of my identity to anyone, I might have no other choice but to cut you down. We Yonbos have a reputation of hiding our identity. So I suggest you keep it a secret. Satsuki-san. Do not make me regret saving you. I didn't want to reveal this to anyone. I just thought it was you. Because you appeared out of nowhere. You had no history. And I have been on search. Search of what? Of my brother. Of you. I wanted to thank you. You don't need to. I was just doing my job. And so, now we see. After that, Sasuke continued to bother Naruto. That he could train. While Sasuke was an emo, Satsuki wasn't. He was an opportunist. And she saw an opportunity of being trained under Naruto. And Naruto in the end accepted. While Hiruzen was okay with this, Danzo was as well. But somewhat fearful. As Naruto was the twin-edged blade here. The one who has caused enough damage and pain that if he turned against Konoha, Konoha would burn. As on the other side, Iwagakure was informed that Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze existed, a child hidden by Konoha, a child of Minato and Kushina. So what did they do? One night while he was resting inside his new quarters, which was an apartment complex, it was ambushed, taken, and Naruto was unconscious. Chakra suppressors, only 2 of them were placed on him, and he was tied in a room back all the way in Iwagakure. As that is when we see the interrogator arrive. Well, Look how the mighty have fallen. The legacy of the fourth and his wife at our feet. That son of a bitch deserved to die. And I'm glad that he died in the most pathetic way possible. Selling his soul to the Shinigami. And now you, his efforts to save you, will be vain because you will die. As Naruto suddenly snapped his hand, as the rope broke from behind his back, he took the armrest and tore it apart. As he put an armrest tore, Naruto stabbed it straight through the skull, into the neck. As Naruto then moved swiftly, taking into the kunais, and one after the other the execution ensued. As the cold blue eyes were the only thing they saw. What followed suit was 1 week's search of Naruto, and news report that something was shaking Iwagakure. As Oniki, the Kage who had given the order alongside the council, whatever was left was now in fear, because they have unleashed a beast, and then they realized that this was Shinigami. When Shinigami disappeared, Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze appeared. So they sent a letter of request to save them, because their man was kidnapped by them, and he was causing hell and chaos everywhere. But Naruto was not one to stop. As now we see, an envoy was sent, a single one, his senpai, which was none other than Inu senpai. Shinigami, stand down, please. It is the order of the Hokage. I know the rules, and you also know the consequences. So stop. Let me handle this by midnight. If I'm not done, alright. Thank you. And so, Naruto continued, and in the end, Oniki was the only one left. The whole village, by whole village I mean the shinobis, konoichis, every last one of them, and the elite shinobis, Anbus, and all were killed alongside the key figures, meaning Iwagakure was crippled, beyond crippled, as Oniki was beaten again and again and again, but before he could be killed, the time was up. Time's up, Naruto. Stand down. As Naruto threw him to the ground, mark my words, Oniki. The next time you insult my parents or try something to do like that, I will burn the whole village down alongside you. You should be glad that I stopped, because of the rules. And so Naruto returned, and what Konoha found out, they were shaken to the core. By that I mean the council. So you mean to say that Shinigami is Naruto? Yes. I want you to keep this a secret. He just destroyed Iwa. As a whole. And you're okay with that? What if he does that to Konoha? He won't. The Danzo, I trained him myself, and his duty is to Konoha. Once this is over, I will ask him, alongside with Hiruzen, why he did that. It just didn't escape. And so Naruto was brought in for questioning. Why did you do that, son? Why did you not escape? I know you could have. Yes, but they were insulting my parents. As they flinched, something you have forgotten to tell me. I trust you. There must have been a reason. But please do tell me now. I want to know. Your father was the fourth Hokage, and your mother was Shino Uzumaki, the previous Jinchuriki. So that means that I am the Jinchuriki. As both Danzo and Hiruzen just realized that Naruto, he wasn't trained in the phase of the Kyuubi. He wasn't even told of it. The strength that Naruto has built and amassed, and the fear that he has instilled in the hearts of the elemental nation, was his own. He has far surpassed everyone, even Madara, in a sense. He was at the age of what, 13? As now we see, it told him that it was confidential, that his father wanted him to turn at least 15 first, a Ganon, before he was told. I see. So I guess in a sense the rule was broken by me. I apologize. Allow me to go and continue my teachings to Satsuki Uchiha You like her? In what sense? She is a great student and someone I can teach. Alright, go on ahead. And so, now we see, for the next year, as Naruto turned 14 and was closer to graduation, we see that Naruto was able to get close to Satsuki. And Satsuki was able to bring out something from within him, something more humane. While both trained, Satsuki became his anchor, keeping him grounded. And finally, after the age of 15, they became Ganins and did the Ganins exam. And after that, the Chunin exams happened. Since the Gato person was already killed by a Shinigami, there was no need. And during the exams, Orochimaru attacked. Naruto was able to defend Satsuki, but Sasuke got bit. And then came what shook everyone to the core. The finals and the Konoha crush. Shinigami activated himself again as Naruto disappeared. But during that attack, Suna and Otogakure made a mistake. They influenced Sasuke enough that he tried to kill his own sister to gain power. Naruto witnessed the whole thing and beated Sasuke so much that he was now at the inch of his life, and what followed suit was just bloody red massacre. Konoha was the one that was forced to realize just what they had created after seeing the destruction that he caused firsthand. They executed almost all of the Suna, and as for Orochimaru was killed, alongside the rest. Not a single soul from that village was spared. Konoha was forced to attack Naruto, but Naruto dismantled them. Even his senpai. Some bones were broken, but in the end Naruto was told by Hiruzen to calm down, because Satsuki was still alive and being treated. In that moment Naruto stopped, and now he was sitting next to her inside the hospital. But back inside Konoha, the council was shaken to the core. An attack that was not only stopped but destroyed by the Shinigami. And now they realized the boy didn't use the Kyuubi's chakra one bit. This was all his strength. As Naruto was next to Satsuki. And Sasuke, he was wheeled in. What is he doing here? He is his brother Naruto. And he has to be here. He tried to kill her. Naruto's jaw clenched. If anything, I won't allow anyone to harm anyone. As Satsuki woke up, grabbing Naruto's hand, Satsuki-chan, fine, Naruto-kun. You made a mistake. It's dangerous. I know. But what anybody did not anticipate was that Orochimaru in fact was not dead. He was alive. Since Sasuke was weakened, his unconscious was taken over, and now he was interested in Naruto, the Shinigami, the one that caused fear in the hearts of the others and everyone. He now had faith in him. Faith that in this new body, he would be able to take down the Shinigami. So, one night while Itachi Uchiha, who was disbanded from the Akatsuki, was nearby, arrived. What are you doing here, Itachi? I'm here because of two reasons. My siblings and you. If you think that you can drag me again, then you're sadly mistaken. I know who you are, Shinigami. As Naruto summoned his blade from the summoning seal, Naruto, obsidian blade, and cold blue eyes looked at him. What do you mean by that? Calm down, I'm not here to fight. I'm here to warn you. Beware of the Akatsuki. They are after Naruto, especially the Kyuubi. The one person killed your parents is involved. He's the one who wears a mask, going by the name Toby. Naruto's jaw clenched. His hunt was over. Or more like his search, but the hunt was about to begin. Why tell me this? You need to know. You have every right to know. Protect her, please. I leave her in your care. You don't need to say that to me. Because I will, regardless. And so, after that, he walked towards Sasuke and was taken aback. It's Orochimaru. As Orochimaru stood up, with a sinister smirk and tried to attack Naruto, only for Naruto to disappear using the Fly Raijin and summon a Onyx Rasengan, a darker version of it, slamming it into its gut. But what it did was expand and consume, causing the whole bed as well as the wall there to be consumed as well, leaving a gaping hole. As Sasuke was killed. I'm sorry. You don't need to. That was Orochimaru. Meant my brother was dead. You need to go. The Anbus are going to rush in any second. Protect her. I know. And with that, Itachi disappeared as Anbus arrived. What have you done, Naruto? Orochimaru. He was here. How? He was dead. He used the curse seal and took the body of Sasuke. As Uncle Mitarashi, who was there, then agreed, that is true. He tried to do that to me, but I was old enough to fight back his consciousness. The civilians were pissed at Naruto because he was the one who brought them. He brought him to this condition. But what could they do? He's the person who brought down Eva to its knees and won them war by facing off 2 villages. He was too strong all on his own. They couldn't do anything even if they wanted to. He was the Baba Yaga, the Shinigami, the one that was now spoken as something akin to a myth, feared by everyone, from underworld to even the daimyos and the most powerful figures. Because if he turns his gaze and blade towards you, you better pray to whatever god it is out there, because he's gonna come for your throat. As Naruto moved towards Satsuki once more. As Danzo arrived, it is enough, Naruto. You have crossed the line, son. Orochimaru, I know what it was, but we don't have any proof. The council is scared. Konoha is scared. Then let them be. My job is to protect it, Danzo-sama. You made sure that I do that, and I am going to continue to do that, regardless of anyone fears me or not. I have a duty. I don't care for appreciation or anything, but you do care about her. As Naruto stood up, as Danzo took a step back, are you threatening me, Danzo-sama? No. I said, are you threatening me, Danzo-sama? As Danzo took off his bandages and tried to use the Sharingan, as Naruto was able to dodge it. Fighting guns. As that is when Hiruzen arrived. What the hell, Danzo? Are those Sharingans? How do you have them? When the Uchiha clan got executed, I had them harvested. I feared that Naruto might grow into a weapon beyond our reach and control. It has happened. I was stupid. Should have listened to you somewhat and keep their training restrained. Naruto? Yes? Take him down. Affirmative. As Naruto disappeared, before even the Izanagi could be used, Naruto destroyed all the Sharingans using the Senbon needle, even the eye one, and then with a single slash of his blade, the throat and the neck of Danzo rolled to the ground, killed in an instant as Naruto stood there. It's done. I know. I want you to investigate who was behind this, Takasuma. Only you can do it. And so, a week later, while Satsuki recovered, it was found out and told to her that Danzo and the elders were behind the attack. And they were the ones who forced Itachi to do it. Itachi didn't go insane, and the whole elemental nation was aware of it. Why? Because Danzo wanted the Sharingans to control Naruto. As Naruto looked down while they were executed, as Satsuki arrived. Naruto? All my fault. I became too dangerous for him. And he took everything away from you. Still have you. We have each other. As she grabbed Naruto's hand a little tightly. Yeah, we still have one another. But that only lasted for a few days, because after a few days, while Naruto returned from a mission, his home was destroyed, and Sasuke was found dead. Naruto was heartbroken as Hiruzen arrived. His expression was cold. I think I know who did this, son. Oh, give me a name. It was the masked person, Akatsuki. As after that, he was visited by none other than Itachi. I failed. You didn't. You were trying your best. But even the mightiest are weak. What are you gonna do now, Nard? Hunt. Can you tell me where he is? As Naruto's eyes were bloodshot red. And the next day, Satsuki was buried. Buried right next to his parents, the only people he was close to. As Itachi arrived, I found out he's still in Amigakure. As what followed suit was Naruto taking down the whole army of assassins as well as of mercenaries and even of the Zetsu army until he arrived at the base. His eyes were bloodshot red and cold blue, and even both of his hands were blades as he stood in front of a masked person. So you came? Yeah, I had to. You caused enough pain. You think that I will go down easy? Yeah, you're alone. As suddenly 3 coffins rose and walked out from them Minato, Kushina, and Madara Uchiha. Let's see how you handle 4 of us. Naruto was beaten, but he was able to hold on his own again. He was showing skills. Even Madara was far impressed. He was able to cleave off the leg of Madara. Since he was an Edo Tensei, he was able to recreate it and regenerate it. Naruto was able to hurt the masked person as well, but 3 others were too powerful as Naruto was lost into the consciousness for a mere brief moment. And in that brief moment, Naruto found the Kyuubi, who said, "Get up. You're not fighting for yourself now. Fighting for both. You and that girl. Get up, kid. I'll lend you my strength. Use it." As Naruto bursted into chakra, and then he stood up. His eyes were red before going blue again, as the blue chakra emerged from his body. His wounds healed as Naruto blitz disappearing. One after the other, the 3 Edo Tenseis dispersed, and then the masked person's neck was cleaved off, one after the other, with 3 precision strikes. Not even his Sharingan ability, which allowed the weapons to pace through them, could handle it. And in the end, he was killed as well. As Naruto stood there panting heavily, as the chakra dispersed, as the souls of his parents then said, "We're proud of you, son. We're proud of you." And told him how they loved him and wished they had more time, as Naruto only could shed tears before they grew cold. Even Madara Uchiha then said, "You truly are something, kid. If you existed in my time, you would have been a legend. I don't need to be a legend. All I ever need is to be a one." As the whole Amigakure was destroyed, Naruto was so infuriated that he burned the whole village down before his return. The Elemental Nation, they were downright terrified and vowed that they would not cross the Shinigami, because now he had nothing left stopping him. Even Konoha was at the edge. While Naruto, he arrived inside the Hokage office and said only a few words. "I'm done." "I understand." As Naruto placed the headband down, but was given another. This was Satsuki's. As Naruto clutched it and kept it close. "Thank you. You'll be given your parents' house. You can move there. Is there anything else you need?" "A lot of training equipment. But I thought you said you were done, son." "I may be, but I'm not gonna get rusty. If the world needs Shinigami again, and a reminder, Shinigami will answer." As Hiruzen gulped, because he realized what Naruto said was true. The peace that has been preserved was out of fear and fragile. And once it is broken, the Shinigami will emerge again to remind them never cross them again. As Naruto went into retirement, clutching to the headband, someone who he called close family as this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and follow me on my Meta What If channel as well, as this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!